That courtside at Magnus Arena, our final in this one, South Dakota State 81 and Denver 77, and joined by the head coach of the Denver Pioneers, Rodney Billups. And, Coach, it's a 20-point game at one point in the second half. Your guys come back with maybe more fight than we've seen in a stretch in a game all season long. That post-game conversation, there's so much good to take away from this game, but what'd you say to your guys post-game?
No, it's easy to come back. It's hard to come back and win. Our guys fought. I'm very proud of our effort in the second half. Our focus, you think about Dom, he averages 27 and 13. Dave Murkey and Jake Pemberton did an unbelievable job, and that could be his lowest scoring output all year. I'm willing to bet that. But we fought. Daniel Amigo misses quite a few shots by the rim that we normally get, and it was just one of those nights where we had to do something different, and we played zone, and zone worked, and we may rely on it a little more.
You talk to your guys so often about needing to have that fight, needing to have the energy in a game like this to come back. And there were stretches in the first half where it kind of felt like maybe earlier on in this season, this team wilts a little bit. Over the last few weeks, we've seen a much different team in that regard, and that they seem to step up in these moments. To see that again from your guys and know that now that's a pattern, it's not just something that's happened a couple of times. What does that say to you guys as a staff?
I don't know what it says to us as a staff. Our message is always the same. We got to compete, and the strength of our team's our team, of course. So, I love our effort. I love our fight. We got to tighten up our turnovers. I think Joe Rosga, he may be playing too many minutes on the ball. I got to get him off the ball and run some plays for him so he can shoot some jump shots. But as a staff, we're going to go back to the drawing board and prepare our guys tomorrow to play North Dakota State.
A lot of good stuff to take away in this one. Denver with 5 players in double figures, a really, really good defensive effort, especially against Mike Dom, who finishes with 13 points in this one, only plays 29 minutes, fouled out in this game, which changed the dynamic a lot. But some really good stuff to take away from a loss, but one that Denver, at the start of a 4-game homestand, can feel at least some good things about coming out of it. Coach, Saturday against North Dakota State, a team that you beat, but always a different dynamic when a team comes to town. To get prepped for that team, what do you expect to see versus what you saw in Fargo?
Effort. Their coach, he does an unbelievable job of getting their guys ready, especially after a loss. If you go back to last year, we beat them pretty good here, and we went there, and they were ready, they were pumped, they were juiced up and excited to play against us. So I expect the same thing, and I don't know what happened with their game tonight, but regardless, they'll be ready for our game on Saturday.
They fell in overtime by 1, so a team that'll come in probably pretty fired up off a loss like that as well. We'll see you Saturday, Coach. Thanks. And good luck on Saturday.
Appreciate it.
Pioneers with the loss in this one fall overall to 10-14 on the season, 4-6 in Summit League play, but 3 straight home games coming up: North Dakota State, Omaha, and Oral Roberts. Of those 3 teams, Denver had wins against 2 the first time they saw them this season and lost to Omaha in double overtime, 86-80. And then Western Illinois to round things out. That's the team at the bottom of the conference right now. So you look at this in a very positive light because you just took the best team in the conference down to the wire in a 4-point loss on your home floor, a team you could see again in postseason play. But you get 4 winnable games coming up to finish off this regular season. And if the Pioneers can get all 4, guess what? You finish the 2017-2018 regular season as a 500 team, and you would finish it above 500 in conference play. So some good things to think about going into Saturday. I won't be with you on Saturday. I'll be on the road with Pioneer Lacrosse over on 104.3 The Fan at 1 o'clock, 12:30 Pioneer pregame, as Denver Lacrosse opens the 2018 regular season. So that game from the Air Force Academy, and as I'm sure everybody is seeing on your phones, there will be another government shutdown because apparently that's just too much to ask these days. So we're assuming as of right now that everything will go forward as it is currently stated for that game on Saturday for Pioneer Lacrosse. A government shutdown, those are federal employees that are coaches of that team, federal employees who open the stadium, run the facilities, all that type of stuff. So we think everything will be going forward on Saturday at 1, but we'll keep you posted. Check DenverPioneers.com and all that kind of stuff as well. Brad Thompson will be here for you with Pioneer basketball on Saturday as Denver plays host to North Dakota State coming up at 1 o'clock as well. So 12:30 Pioneer pregame right here on ESPN Denver 1600 for Hoops, and I'll be over on 104.3 The Fan with Pioneer Lacrosse. That'll do it for this one. My biggest thanks to everybody at the University of Denver, including Rodney Billups, Chris Smith, Ed Henderson, Deb Welke, and all the rest. To Stephen Priest Jr. back in the studio producing the broadcast, and our biggest thanks thanks to you for tuning in. Final in this one, Denver falls in a tough one to South Dakota State, 81-77. Pioneers back at it on Saturday against North Dakota State. We'll talk to you then.